Joining me now, Marc, former chief speechwriter for George W. Bush and a Fox News contributor. He says Mr. Trump should go nuclear on his Supreme Court pick. And Nan Aaron is president of the Alliance for Justice, a progressive group who will fight President Trump's nomination to the Supreme Court. Welcome to both of you as we watch the press filing in here and we get ready for this exciting announcement. No matter on which side of the aisle you sit, we watch all of this unfold. Nan, you look at that back and forth, right, with Harry Reid and the concern about using the nuclear option, and Mitch McConnell saying, look, it could be on the shoe could be on the other foot. And of course, at that point, nobody thought we were going to have a Republican president. But, it seems that this was set up by your side.
I think it's important first to remember that we are confirming a Supreme Court justice not for 4 years, not for 8 years, but for a lifetime appointment. I think it's too early to talk about nuclear options, filibusters.
Well, then why are Democrats already talking about rejecting this person no matter who it is?
There's only one senator who stepped out and mentioned filibusters, and I think Senator Merkley is just expressing the anguish felt by Democrats over the mistreatment of Merrick Garland. But that was then. Now is now, and we will all be focused on the next nominee.
So are you saying if it's one of these two individuals, Hardiman or Gorsuch, which we do expect at this point, that perhaps, one or both of them is acceptable to Democrats?
Based on the research Alliance for Justice has done, neither is acceptable. In fact, no one on that list of 21
they were
names
approved
is acceptable.
95-0 when they went through by some of these same senators. So what dramatic transformation happened to these individuals since a few years ago when they were approved, Nan?
Well, going to the Supreme Court is a very different question.
So I guess they didn't do the research and they weren't paying attention the last time around?
No, the research was done, but everyone needs to look anew. After all, they've been on the bench now for about 10 years. There's now a record to review.
Okay. Marc, I want to bring you in here before we have to run. So what do you think? You're listening to what Nan has to say. Your thoughts?
Yeah, they basically, first of all, it's not just one senator. It's Chuck Schumer, the minority leader, who has said that anyone on Trump's list of 21 judges, we will hold that seat open. They don't have the power to hold that seat open because they set a precedent. Nan said this is a lifetime appointment. You know what they did in 2013? They got rid of the filibuster for lifetime appointments to the federal bench at the district and circuit court level. And the reason they did that is because they wanted to stack the nation's second highest court, the D.C. Circuit, with liberal judges. Well, they succeeded in doing that. Now they're saying, oh, please don't use the nuclear option on the nation's highest court. Well, if the Republicans have to do that, it'll only be because of the intransigence of the Democrats saying that they will oppose this nominee no matter what, even before they knew who he is. And it'll be using the precedent that they set in 2013 for lifetime appointments to the federal bench. If it's good enough for the nation's second highest court, why isn't it good enough for the nation's highest court?
Let me quickly ask you, I need a yes or no on this because we're almost out of time. But are we at a point as a nation that we're so divided that the nuclear option is the only way that anything will ever get done, and that if you're in power and you got elected into power, you're going to get your people through? Nan, quickly.
The only way we'll get a nominee confirmed is if that nominee is a person who will support core constitutional values, who will recognize the progress that's been made in workers' rights, the environment, consumer, women's protections, and is willing to go forward, not go backward.
Marc, very quick thought.
Yeah, Donald Trump is not going to appoint a liberal, which is what Nan wants. And the reality is, if the Democrats had been in charge last year when Merrick Garland was appointed, Nan would have been the first one saying we should use the nuclear option to put him on the court. The next time the Democrats are in power, they are going to invoke the nuclear option if Republicans try to filibuster a judge. So we might as well just go ahead and do it. Whoever Donald Trump nominates today is going to be on the Supreme Court no matter what Nan or the Democrats say.
Senator Lee said we have a lot of tools at our disposal, so there may be other options. We'll see. Nan, thank you very much. Marc, Thiessen, great to have you both with us.